thank you for coming out to our junior class parent meeting. Can you all believe that you're in the home stretch? It is almost here. This is a pivotal year, for your students, so we want to give you guys some information and make sure that when we speak with your students, we're all on the same page and meeting their needs going towards senior year. My name is Vincentia Wright. I am the lead counselor here at Shadow Creek High School. I have some of my counterparts here with me tonight, but up here on the board are our other counselors. So please make note, and this information is on our website, but your students' counselors' names are up here by alphabet. Tonight I also have Mrs. Johnson, Mrs. Leal, and Mrs. Alexander will be speaking with you as well. Some additional support that we have on campus, just so you know, besides your student's counselor, we have Mrs. Gully. She's our SEL counselor. That stands for Social and Emotional Counselor that we have on campus. We also have our ALVIN Community College Advisor here on campus every day. That is Mrs. Demaria Boston. And we have our Advanced Academic Specialist. This year is Vanessa McDonald. So we have lots of support for your kiddos. So some of the topics that we're going to cover tonight are general topics, but reminders, because we're, again, in that home stretch. So we're going to talk about GPA and rank, graduation requirements, dual enrollment, if that's an option for your student, if that's something that they're considering, as well as what you should do now to start preparing them for college admissions fall of their senior year. So as we go through the presentation, here are some key things to know. So some keywords are credits. We don't magically move up levels just because we get a year older and a year cuter. Your students have to earn credits in order to go to the next grade level. So your students in here today have all earned a minimum of 12 credits in order to be classified as a junior. The magic number that we're all trying to reach is 26. Students need 26 credits in order to graduate. All of this information can be found on your student's transcript. So parents, I'm going to give you some homework tonight, okay? So tonight, I need you to quiz your student. You're going to tell them to go into their Skyward account. They should I always tell kids to look at the desktop version. Go to the desktop version of Skyward. Once they do that, they'll see a plus sign on the left-hand side. Have them click on that plus sign, and you'll see a menu of options. In order to see their transcript, click on the plus sign, they'll click Attachments, and they'll see their June 2021 transcript. So everything that they have done in high school, ever for high school credit, will be on that transcript. And that'll be a great talking point for you guys to look at so you can see and that they can see that they are on track for graduation. So every credit that they've earned, even if they earned high school credits in junior high, will be on that transcript. Okay. All right, so when we're talking about credits, those credits are geared towards certain areas towards graduation. So remember that magic number was 26, right? So those 26 credits, though, are coming from certain areas. They have to earn 4 English credits, 4 math credits, 4 science credits, 3 social studies credits, although most colleges do want to see 4, and we give them opportunities to get all 4. They have to have 2 foreign language credits of the same language, 1 fine art credit, 1 PE, and 7 endorsement electives. So again, don't forget your homework assignment. Going into Skyward, looking at the transcript, and you can start to check off what requirements they've already met. Again, that magic number is 26. So in addition to those 26 credits, your students have to pass end-of-course exams, or on campus you'll hear them called EOCs. These are their STAR tests. Your student has to successfully pass these 5 exams in order to graduate. So in 9th grade, remember that was our first COVID year, some of these probably were waived for now. So that may have been Algebra 1, English 1 and biology if they were currently taking and passed those courses. Sophomore year, they would have taken English 2. If they didn't get to take it last year, they will take it this year, so no worries. And then junior year, they take U.S. history, so that'll be the exam most of them will be looking forward to in the spring. So they have to pass all 5 in addition to the 26 credits. Okay? Mrs. Johnson's going to come up now, and she's going to talk to you about earning and recovering credit if it's lost, as well as GPA. And one more thing to note, if you miss anything tonight, we are recording our presentation, and we will post it to our website.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Kimberly Johnson. Everybody say on track. Ooh, y'all. Hey, these are 2 words you want your counselor to say. On track for graduation. So if your student is not on track, if we have lost some credit, or we need to regain some credit, summer school is going to be your best option. Okay, for summer school, there's Edgenuity. For credit recovery, it is online. And then there's some dual credit options. A lot of our students go to summer school for 2 reasons: to recover or to earn credit. So if you are interested in dual credit, you want to see if your student can start earning credit for college. If they didn't do it this year, they still have time to do that in the summer. If you're interested in that, you will need to talk to Mrs. Boston, who's the ACC advisor and coordinator. If students are wanting to advance, which means they want to take government and economics because they want an off period for senior year, or they want to get some classes out of the way because they don't want to take it that senior year, you also can go to summer school to advance with gaining credit. If you do that, either way, whether you're recovering, doing dual credit, or advancing credit, there is a fee that is attached to that. That information normally comes out late April, early May. The Texas Tech K-12 and the UT High School, those are online as well through those schools. The parent and the student, it's your job to register yourself for the classes if you want to take classes through them. You have to communicate with your counselor to let them know that you're doing that. Who does classes through correspondence? More than likely students who are traveling over the summer and they can't physically come to the campus, or students who want to take classes during the school year to advance themselves, or students who are trying to kind of graduate early. That's who takes the correspondence. You need an exam proctor, which means that if you're doing credit through these schools, someone has to sit with that student while they take the exam. It can be your counselor, or you can pay to have that student take the exam at a community college. Another way to earn credit is credit by exam. This means no prior instruction, which means the student has not sat in the class to get instruction. You come to the counselor suite, you can ask for the credit by exam application. We've already had students who do it. Normally students that take credit by exam are trying to go through their foreign language, like they want to take Spanish 1 and 2 because they're familiar with it because it's spoken in the home, or they're taking Mandarin 1 and 2 because it's spoken in the home. So this is ways for them to gain credit and to get that foreign language requirement out of the way. It's $25 per semester. That means you're paying for an A part and a B part. You get that money back once that student has sat for that exam. So it's almost like an incentive to show up and actually take the exam. You have to make an 80 or better for that exam to be transcribed on your transcript. Credit recovery exam, this is for students who didn't quite make the cut with earning that credit. They made between a 60 and a 69. So what we do is we offer them a credit recovery exam. Once they score a 70 or better, we say, all right, you have regained that credit. You can get that P for pass posted on your transcript. The P does not have any grade point average points awarded to that. It's just going to show credit. It doesn't feed into the GPA. If you have questions about that, definitely ask your counselor. Edgenuity. So some of your students are taking classes in Edgenuity. A lot of the counselors this summer either said, hey, you need to go to summer school, you'll take your classes through Edgenuity to recover the credit, or they're in it right now recovering credit. This is for students to make sure that they get on track because they've kind of lost credit somewhere last year or the year prior. Students can work from home, or they can work in the lab at school. So some of your students may have credit recovery listed on their schedule. That's to let you know that they are trying to regain that credit. The unit test must be taken with a certified proctor. Shark U is a great option. So that's an after-school place where students can go and take those tests. Unit tests kind of pop up after they've gone through a series of assignments and quizzes. They need a 70 or better, and that needs to say 100% completed for that class. They will earn the grade P posted to the transcript. No GPA points will be awarded to the P, just numerical grades. If your student is an athlete and they are trying to get gain eligibility through NCAA, this may not be an option for them. So they may have to sit back in the class or do like a correspondence to gain that credit back. Ooh, GPA, this is the one here, right? This is the one for y'all? Yeah, I know. This is a fun one. All right, every credit, every grade, let me go back, every grade that your student earns is posted to the transcript at the end of the semester. That semester grade is calculated into the GPA, okay? Whether it's pass or fail, it is calculated into the GPA. Electives, dual credit classes, AP, APA classes, and on-level classes, calculated, okay? There's a bit of a distinction between the college prep courses and the dual enrollment courses, okay? So DE is dual enrollment, and APA is kind of like pre-AP. That's 10 points awarded to the grade. For instance, if the kid makes an 80 on the transcript, the 80 will be posted, but the calculated grade will be a 90. There you go. Calculated grade will be a 90, but it will show an 80 on the transcript, okay? Now for AP classes, the extra points are 20, so it's a little higher. You work harder, you get paid more, right? So, I want to put this in here. The grade has to be a passing grade, 70 or better. If it is not a 70 or better, those points don't get added, okay? So 70 or better. So if that same kid made an 80 on the transcript in an AP class, the calculated grade, 100, yes, come on y'all, stay with me, I know you're ready. All right? Rank is determined by your GPA. So the higher your GPA, the higher your rank. Boom. Top 10, 25%. Y'all don't fall in love with the top 10 to 25%. But just for your knowledge, top 10 to 25% in Texas, public schools in Texas, public universities in Texas, means automatic admission. You have to check with that university to see if it's top 10 or top 25. Now UT Austin is the king, right? So they said, we ain't dealing with the top 10 for automatic admission. We like top 6, okay? So if you're wanting that automatic admission, then for UT it's top 6. For all other kind of public universities, it's between 10% and 25%. Again, don't get stuck on that because students do get admitted even if they're not in the top 10 or top 25%. All right, the GPA waiver. Man, they gave me the hard slides. GPA waiver. This is for this particular class of 2023. Now, students, these courses that are located on this sheet is also on the form, on the waiver form. This is for students who want to waive the grade, but it follows certain criteria. So make sure that you read the form and make sure that you discuss this with your counselor before you make a decision. Now, if you want to do this now in the junior year, it is before the 9 weeks is out that you need to make this decision to waive, okay? Same thing will occur in the senior year. You have to make a decision before the 9 weeks is out. If it is your kid's first time taking like a fine art, this doesn't apply to them, okay? So the criteria has to match. So make sure that you read this form, and again, it'll be available to you guys, this presentation. Read the form, talk to your counselor for more in-depth discussion so you can make the best decision for you and your student. This is Mrs. Boston. She is our ACC dual enrollment counselor. If students are thinking about or want to take dual enrollment classes, this is the lady that you need to talk to. She is very thorough, and she'll take you through, what you need to take. If you're trying to kind of get ahead of the game in college, she'll give you a rundown of the classes and how to plan for next year or even next semester. If your student is interested in dual credit for next semester, which is now, but in the spring, you need to talk to Ms. Boston, and she'll kind of run down what you can take or what you're eligible to take and what's required to take these classes. TSI is a big thing to take dual credit. You must meet the TSI requirements. It's a test over math, English, and writing. And you must complete an early admission contract and the ACC application. When you click on this presentation, it'll kind of take you through the steps that you need to follow to get this done. We do offer the TSI. The TSI is offered on the 9th of this month. Students come to the counselor suite to pay for the test. It's $25 for all parts. It is $15 just for one part. If you don't take it with us, it is a $40 exam at ALVIN Community College in ALVIN, okay? So we're offering it twice this semester. We will see if the need is greater than that. So we're offering it on the 9th and the 30th. So mark those dates, and the spring 2020 dates will come out in the spring. All right, Ms. Leah, it is your turn.
Tag, I'm in. All right, part of being a junior is getting ready to go to college. So this is kind of the whole college prep part of the presentation. One of the things that you're going to need to do is to take a college entrance exam, and those are usually SAT or ACT. Students can apply and register for the tests online and pay online. It is recommended that you take them prior in the fall semester of your senior year, but you can start as early as the spring semester of your junior year. Our testing dates are below, and our Shadow Creek School code is 40007. And that will get you those dates. Alrighty. There are a couple of ways to pay for these exams. You can pay with your credit card like you normally would, or if you are a student parent who has a student who is served through the free lunch program or the reduced fee lunch program, then you're eligible for a fee waiver.
Fee waivers will allow you to take the SAT or the ACT at no cost. And if you use the fee waiver to take the test, then you are also eligible for a college application fee waiver, which allows you to register for some colleges without having to pay the application fee. Let's see, you can get the fee waiver from our office, and we will talk to your student about the college that you're wanting to apply to see if they accept fee waivers. Some of them want you to fill out your FAFSA form before they decide whether or not they're going to charge you an application fee too. So there's a couple of ways to kind of see which way the college is going to go. Okay, test optional. For the last couple of years that we've been dealing with COVID, some of the colleges have reduced their requirements, and one of the things that they have done is make SAT and ACT tests optional. This is kind of a good thing for those students, especially for those students who don't test well, where the colleges will go in and they will holistically review the student's application. You have the option, if you could find a test date, like I said, we have test dates that are available now, but previously test dates were hard to come by due to seating requirements and such. But now you can pretty much go into wherever you need to go and determine whether or not you need to submit your scores or not. You will need to talk to your college admissions counselor once you decide on a college, and they can help guide you on whether or not you need to submit your test scores. Some schools like Texas A&M, they say that it doesn't hurt or help the student to submit test scores, but it does help them not have to take TSI to determine whether or not they're college ready. So there are some benefits to going ahead and submitting those scores, but it depends on each college on how they look at those scores. These are just some examples of schools that are this year test optional. We don't know what it's going to look like for when your junior gets to be a senior and they're applying, because they usually don't come out with their requirements until the spring sometime and let us know whether or not it's going to be a test optional year or their testing requirements are back in force. Okay, NCAA Clearinghouse. If your student is wanting to play D1, D2 ball or sports, then they must register through the NCAA Clearinghouse. There is a $90 registration fee that goes along with this, and students can work with their coaches to make sure that they have met all the requirements. You will need to sign up online with the Eligibility Center in order to get this set up. If your student is on free and reduced lunch and has used a waiver to either take ACT or SAT or qualifies for such, then we can also provide them with a waiver so that they don't have to pay the $90 registration fee. You can look at the courses that are required by going to the Clearinghouse and looking at the courses that we offer here on campus. Let's see, we already kind of talked about fee waivers, and students can come and talk to us, and then we will notify, we'll notify Ms. Wright, and Ms. Wright will take care of their eligibility fee waiver. All right, scholarship opportunities. You're probably thinking, how am I going to pay for college? Scholarships are a perfect way to help do that. We have several scholarship opportunities that we offer here on campus. Most of them don't really kick in until their senior year, but that's something that you can start looking for now. There is a local scholarship package that is the package that is offered through like the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, etc. And we post that. It usually comes out around October 15th, and it usually closes in February. So students have about 3 or 4 months to get all that done. It's really not something that's going to take you 3 or 4 months to do, but it gives them plenty of time to get it done. And we also have a scholarship package that ALVIN ISD subscribes to a national database that offers another set of scholarships. and we will give your student the username and password to start working through those scholarships as well. So there's lots of ways that you can get in and get started on paying for college. All right. There are other scholarships too through College Board, and College Board has the Opportunity Scholarships. You can go to the cb.org/opportunity. These are really simple scholarships to apply for because you're doing it as you're preparing to go to college. So just by going into College Board and building a college list, if you build your college list based on their requirements, then you automatically are eligible to be put in a drawing for a $500 scholarship. If you practice the SATs, then you can be eligible for a $1,000 scholarship. If you improve your SAT score, then they put you in a drawing for a $2,000 scholarship. And then move on to your senior year. If you strengthen your college list, then they move you to a $500 scholarship drawing. If you complete your FAFSA, then that's a $1,000 drawing. And applying to colleges, if you meet their requirements by applying to colleges, then you're put into a drawing for $1,000. So that's another way to earn some money and get ready to go. So for your junior year checklist, these are some of the things that you can kind of start taking care of now. You're going to prepare for and take the SAT, ACT, or TSI. SAT has a built-in tutorial in their College Board account with Khan Academy, so they can start practicing on that. You can start narrowing down what your choice is after you leave high school. Are you going to go to the military? Are you going to start working on your career now? Or are you going to go ahead and work on your college search? There is plenty of information on our Shadow Creek Counselor website, and we'll be happy to take your student on a test drive through there. You can create your dream, match, and save college list. Your dream schools are the ones that you're dreaming about, and you're really thinking that, gosh, if I could just go there. Your match are the ones that match with what you want to do, with what they offer, or what they're known for. The safe list is the ones that you know that you're pretty safe on being admitted to that school. So that's what you should be kind of starting that process right now. Make sure that you're familiar with all of the admissions deadlines, scholarship deadlines, and housing deadlines too, so that you have all of those kind of maybe in a spreadsheet so that you can keep track of all of that. College applications. Guess what? Starting in July, the college applications begin to open. August, they're pretty much all open, and by September, everything is open. So many of the college applications are due starting on October 15th through December 1st, especially for the competitive schools. So starting in the summer is not too early. You can start pulling down essay topics and start working on your essay topics at that time. When you get back to school, that's when you can work with your English teachers and tutors to make sure that your English essays are as shined up and as polished as you can get them before you go. Application databases will help you because you're just going to create a general application, and then it will go to the individual colleges, and then you'll have to find out what the individual requirements for application are from there. Let's see, some other things that you will need are letters of recommendation and your school profile information. We have plenty of information in our offices on how students should ask, when students should ask, and who students should ask for letters of recommendation, and the information that they need to provide to their recommenders. So all of that can help them get it all done and not wait till the last minute and put everybody in a bind and maybe not get the best product that they could have gotten had they started early. College visits. Students are allowed 2 excused absences for college visits in their junior year and in their senior year. These count as field trips when you see them in your attendance. They are only for the days that they are on a college campus. So if you have to travel to a college, you can write a note. That is an excused absence because you've written the note. but the actual day that they're on the campus, they will get an excused absence for a field trip for that day. There is a form that they need to pick up either from our office or from their assistant principal's office. It has to be processed before the trip. Your AP will have to sign off on it, and then once it's completed, then they can take it with them to the college that they're going to. The college will do their part of the paperwork. They'll give it back to the student. You'll bring it back to the AP's office, and they will correct attendance at that time. Make sure that, like I said, you follow the timeline here and make sure it's turned in 7 days before you go on the visit, and you submit it back to your AP within 3 days of your return.
Okay, so juniors and parents of juniors, so pretty soon we'll be meeting, the counseling department will be meeting with your juniors to discuss the following. So these are really important topics and conversations we're having with our juniors to make sure they're prepared for senior year, because senior year, although one of your most memorable years, it's a lot of work that goes into starting to apply to school, and you heard this, Leal, you're writing essays, you're asking people to write your recommendation letters, so there's a lot of little things that go on senior year. So junior year, we like to have these meaningful conversations in preparation for senior year. So we'll discuss graduation requirements, we'll look through their transcript, we'll go through and we'll quiz them. Have you taken, 3 English so far? Are you, on track with credits and your electives and so on and so forth? Again, we'll look at their credits, we'll look at their GPA and their rank. We'll also plan for their senior year, and they'll pick their courses that they want for senior year. And of course, we'll talk about post-high school planning. We'll talk to them about what are those colleges you're interested in applying to, your dream school, your match school, your safe school. Have you had conversations with your parents? What about where did mom and dad go? Do you want to go to school there? Do you want to go out of state? There's out-of-state tuition. That's a lot more money than staying in Texas. So we'll have some of those conversations with your juniors. And then again, transcript is very important. Junior year transcript is very important, because when they start applying for colleges next year as seniors, this is what they'll see. The colleges will see everything they've done up until junior year. So we definitely want you parents and also your children to be very familiar with how to read their transcript. If they're going to a very competitive school, you want to see where I'm at, where do I stand amongst my peers, where am I ranked? So it's very important for them to kind of understand their transcript. And just a few reminders, we do have the free SAT Junior SAT date on March 2nd. Sign up will be on January 4th. So again, this will be posted on our website, but yes, the date will be March 2nd. To sign up will be January 4th. Miss McDonald, she actually has Mondays, test prep Mondays from 3 to 3:30. So if you have a student who might not be a strong test taker, or you want to know some tips and tricks of the SAT and the ACT, go ahead and sign up with Miss McDonald on the advanced academic page. She has it every Monday from 3 to 3:30. She wanted me to let you know that slots are limited, only 15 slots. They do it in the computer lab, 15 slots, so the first 15 that sign up on her website, she's very knowledgeable, especially on that math portion of the SAT, ECT. And then if juniors, if you have students that are juniors taking AP exam, it's very important that they sign up for their AP exam. So if they're taking AP classes, go ahead and make sure you register for those AP exams. The registration deadline is 11/59, October 29th, okay? So it's a 2-step process. Step 1, make sure they go to total registration, you pay for the exam, and then step 2, you'll go to the College Board account and register for your AP exam. October 29th, 11/59 is the deadline, okay? And again, all of this will be on her website as well to register, and then on the counselor's page. And
All right, parents, everybody take a deep breath. Woo, that was a lot of information in a short amount of time. But But please know, we will continue to have these conversations, not only with you tonight, but with your student. So just like Mrs. Alexander was saying, we will have an individual junior conference with your students, starting once we return in the spring, to go over all of these requirements. But don't forget, you have homework tonight to start talking to them and having these conversations and viewing their actual transcript. And I have one more favor. We have lots of information on our website. We update it pretty much weekly. There are announcements there. There's plenty of information for you guys to start learning about your search, going through those dream matches, those safe matches, looking at where your student wants to go, what he or she wants to do. But our website is a great place for you to start. If you all have any questions, that's what we are here for. Again, I'm Mrs. Wright, but please feel free to reach out to your counselor if you have any questions regarding your student being on track, as well as for next year, for senior year, if there are any plans that you're having in place, any things that you're thinking about right now, preparing for senior year, okay? Again, this will be posted on our website, probably by the first of next week, if you want to go back and refer to some of the information that we talked about tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out. We appreciate seeing real faces, and we hope to talk to you all soon. Thanks.